everybody in. Oh, that's down too low. Damn it. That's too low.
That's way too low.
Too high.
I'm up here. My eyes are up here.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, good that. Why did you choose to do this live? That's fine.
Because we didn't have a way to test it when we were at break.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's gorgeous. Alright.
Yes, I am.
So, what now?
I don't know. What tell me? I go to bed and wake up, and did you say what was happening the next morning?
You wake up to the smell of roasted pig.
Oh, yes, pig. Alright, yeah, I will go out to the center of camp.
Mm-hmm.
The pig, and I don't even need to memorize spells because I already have them.
All. Mm-hmm.
I spent all night praying. Ferocity doesn't want to hear from me. So I'll save her on this one. Won't bug her this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll skip my usual prayer and go out to camp.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hunt down that pig smell.
You find a big pig chewing on an apple, being roasted over fire.
Unless I see the chief around.
You see him out drilling soldiers in the yard.
Yeah, I'll take my privilege and
a woman
peel
pulls
off
her and
a-
slaps
peel
her
off
hand
a
away with a
chunk.
wooden spoon, saying, "They're not ready yet."
I
Last
kiss
time I
back
tell you
and
that,
I remember
son.
how terrifying hobgoblin women are, and give the pig space
Okay.
and go over to the slaves.
All right, you find your slave is now one of 3 that are on. Like the slaves have shifted now. It's only 3 that are on the.
I go over to
left corner.
I go over to my slave and sort of squat down next to the cage. And
He turns to look at you with big eyes. She turns to look at you
female
with big
elf, I
eyes.
believe. All right. I don't think I speak Elven, and I think I was actually sort of curious to learn. I don't think I. What are my language slots? Okay, so I'm full. I'd have to spend proficiency slots to learn Elven. No. So I wasn't interested in learning myself. I probably don't have the patience to learn myself.
Okay.
But it did sort of cross my mind that she may be useful as an interpreter. So
Right, because you both speak common.
So I have sort of been keeping an eye on her, or at least,
She's
or at least I am taking a look at her now.
Okay. She looks pretty exhausted, pretty tired.
Mm-hmm.
Are there
any other? There's no other elves in the cage, right? An elven slave was kind of rare.
Oh god, I don't remember if she was one of many elves or if she.
I was under the. I don't know. I was under the impression that she's half elven.
Yeah.
She's a half elven slave.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's still is she the only half elf in the cage, or do I see any other pointiers? I have it written down.
I thought I.
This is awful, but under my equipment on my character sheet it says half elven slave.
Okay. I remember making a plan to tell you tell you that she was an elf, and then reveal to you much later that she was a half elf, and just couldn't tell the difference between the two of them.
Oh, okay.
But I think I spilled
the beans. Maybe she's a true elf, and I assumed that she was a traditional elf.
No, I wouldn't have done that. Okay. So she's a half elf amongst a bunch of humans, and I think 2 gnomes, right?
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah. I don't care. They're not mine. But she does speak Elven. I had asked her that, and that's the only reason I think I kept her around.
Mm-hmm. She looks at you with big eyes, kind of sad, and whispers.
She speaks first before I say anything to her. What does she say?
Food, please.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make me do this.
How are they stuck in the cage?
There's 3 of them on the northwest corner, and all the rest are piled in the southwest corner. There's another cage that has a few more in them, but your cage has this.
Yeah.
And there's just the body is rolled up right next to her, and it's missing both arms.
Is the cage that small that the body is just taking up the whole cage, or?
I mean, the cage is like 10 by 10.
Okay.
No, it's either 10 by 10 or 15 by 15, and there's like 12 people in here. So you got a whole bunch of people that are kind of
But I'm surprised
over,
and
the
body
just
rolled to her and not to the side that they were.
No, I mean, it seems like the body's going to move to give one side more space.
If it's 10, I mean, Tyrus was like over 6 feet tall, so if it's 10 feet, that's a pretty big lump of diseased flesh.
Yeah.
Is there a rope tied or a lock or something like that?
Yes, there's a chain.
A chain with a lock and key. So someone has the key.
Yeah, there's a guy that's always been whoever's on watch for the slaves has the key.
Okay, yeah. So I'll say to him, I'll like stand up and walk away from the elf with that or the half. No, she's my elf. She's an elf. She's an elf.
She's an elf.
Yeah.
They're all the same
Half
to you.
whole. Yeah.
You walk over to him.
Yeah. So I don't say anything to her, but I'll go over to the guy on duty, and say in Hobgoblin to him, "I wish to collect my woman," and I point to the cage.
He gives you a gruff grunt, and comes over, gets out his big spear, hands you the key, and then gets the spear ready right by the door as you open it.
Yeah, I unlock it. I'm not a. Yeah. Well, you said there's 12 slaves in here. Two gnomes and.
No, the 2 gnomes are in the other one.
Okay.
So you've got like 11 humans and.
Oh, because we just raided the village, so there's.
Because there's the mayor's in here and the blacksmith is in here.
we threw the mayor and the blacksmith in the cage with the. I'm sorry I laughed at those. That was really horrible. But I'm.
Yeah. It's those 2 and your girl are the only ones that have not eaten the body yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I open the cage, ready to give a boot to any slave.
The slaves just back away as he thrusts the spear angrily at them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how get in the mind of my hobgoblin. I think unless does she start moving as soon as the cage is open and I'm like standing in the doorway.
Nope, they're frozen still in terror.
Yeah, I probably don't even think of them. They're humans. They're like not
the property.
Well, I was thinking like they're not, yeah. I don't even think I see them as a threat at this point. So I will stride into the cage, and just brush past them and keep my distance from them. But I'll make my way through to the.
They all kind of scurry away and keep away from you.
Okay. I was worried they would make a break for it. Out of character, worried they were gonna rush me, but
no, they would get slaughtered.
Okay.
They value their lives.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. So I go back to the half elf in the back of the cave and approach her from inside the cave and standing over her.
She gets up, just bows her head, and follows you out.
Yeah.
One of the humans yells out in common, "Traitor!"
I didn't even do. I'm out of there before I even have.
None of the other slaves say anything.
Okay.
You take her out. The guy.
Is there a rope nearby, or would I have to?
She's got a collar around her neck.
Really?
Yeah, with a small chain attached to it.
I guess she was the property of the previous. Do I have any idea how long I probably didn't even look to the slaves until I accidentally got one.
Yeah, you have no idea. You know,
she could have been here for.
She's been here. I mean, you remember when that group was taken? It was like a couple months ago.
Okay.
She's got a collar around her neck. There's a chain that you can just take off the side of the thing with a bolt and attach it to her. That's how you deal with them.
I think I probably pulled her out of the cage by her leash.
You gotta put the leash on out once she exits the cage. But you leash your slave.
This is some pretty horrible role playing.
I think that's quite accurate.
Praise be to Verasi.
And this is why they hated D&D in the 70s,
this
man.
This is why they hated, yes.
This is why it got the reputation that it got.
Oh gosh. Thank goodness for that mature content filter on Twitch.
Yeah.
So I take my elf for a walk and I go back to the feast grounds for the night before and make sure she gets some food.
Okay. You get her fed.
So I assume is there plates that hadn't these are hobgoblins. Hobgoblin women are not going to wake up first thing in the morning and clear the plates from the party. Or even they're not. I mean, they were there partying with them.
Yeah, I mean everyone's doing it. There wasn't much in the way of plates to be had.
Yeah, and they're not. They don't.
There's not really.
They're not cleaning up after after.
They just keep you reusing the same pot. You're like, oh,
there's probably
last night. Here, let's add more stew to it.
There's probably a crude makeshift table.
There's scraps of food left over.
Okay.
I mean, it's just the same cleaver, frying pan, maybe big pots usually.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Lots of knives and forks.
They're probably cleaning the cook pots and stuff though. But I think
slaves.
I go to the table where the chief was eating, and there's find one of the chickens that slipped off his sword, and
you get her some food. She eats it hungrily. Chieftain's busy discussing deployment plans with one of his sub-chiefs.
Mm-hmm. So I'd probably go and sit in my chair from the night before, next to the chieftain, and let the elf eat under the table for a few minutes.
Sure. Eventually, he comes around to being done.
I don't know that I wasn't necessarily waiting for the chieftain. I was waiting for my elf.
Right, she finishes her food then.
I think I would.
Can I get some more of that delicious economy in?
Okay. Well, maybe we'll interact with the elf later.
Thank you.
I actually have some.
Do you know what the percentage is on this?
I didn't test it. It seems like something I would do.
It seems like something you would have.
I would guess it probably no more than 14. Think of it like wine, not like a beer. Yeah, so don't guzzle it.
Okay.
If that's
No, I thought it was.
It's probably less. It's probably less. Like given the yeast strain I used, I don't think it could. It was a champagne.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like
die off probably by
40 or something.
No. It's not distilled. It's not fortified or distilled kind of thing.
Cool.
Anyways, yes. So I bring the elf with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a horrible hobgoblin. I'm going straight to Verasi hell.
I think you're going to get promoted to Verasi heaven.
All right. So does the chief? I guess I wasn't looking for a conversation with the chief, but if he's around, I'll brainstorm with him.
I mean, he finishes with the guy, looks over at you as,
Okay. Okay.
goes back to his thing. You can go ahead and skip days if you want, because the tribe has things to do.
I think I would. I'll let the tribe do its thing and wait for it to move. So let me know if any. Maybe I don't know if you need to like roll up to see if anything happens to the tribe.
Yeah.
I think I'll hang around.
You can just hang out.
I keep my slave out of the cage. I probably would build up a rapport with her over time, but I don't. So I don't. But I
how much effort do you put in with the slave? Do you speak to her at all?
That's what I was. I probably would wind up speaking to her, but probably only brief words. I'll probably order her around. Is about the extent of it.
Okay.
But we'll speak to her in common. I won't ask for her name or anything like that.
Okay, you just direct her.
But I don't put her back in with the rest of the slaves, and I keep her.
After the first 2 days, she asks if there's anything you want from her.
I will let you know when I want something.
Okay. She just bows and doesn't say anything. She makes a pretty docile slave, but also pretty miserable.
Does she? How is her health? Is she not able to move?
No, it's just that
or,
she's really seeming to have a hard time coming into being a slave. She doesn't like. Everything.
So I've got to set a depressed slave.
You've got a very depressed slave. Like when you're in the room,
as long as she moves
really
at movement rate at her full movement rate 12, then I don't care.
Okay.
So she won't slow me down.
No. You can motivate her. She does not.
I'm in my head enough that I don't think her dour.
Okay. Well, I mean, she's a new slave. She's kind of just like sulking her entire life. She's just been enslaved by a hobgoblin. It's got to be terrible. Yeah.
Hey, at least she got enslaved by the hobgoblin priest, who
who's gonna take care of her a little bit.
I don't know, or had the resources to even take her to the table and feed her the scraps.
Yeah.
I think if any other hobgoblin were marching enemies.
2 days later, later that day, you guys pick up camp and start moving. You go south. You cross. You're not going to quite cross the road to the southern part of the state, but you're going to sweep near it and kind of set up camp a little bit closer and raid the road pretty heavily for 2 days, for a full 2 days, and then kind of pack up and move again.
Okay. Is the whole camp moving?
Mm-hmm. Okay. The camp is pretty easy to set up. You can set it up within an hour.
But there's as many women as men, aren't there?
Yes, and some children.
And probably probably how many?
and some animals and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole tribe size is 80.
Oh,
So you've got, like-
okay.
You've got like 50 men,
Probably
30
the men live much shorter than the women.
a lot of female hobgoblins die in childbirth. There's a very high rate of.
Yeah, it's them tusks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hard life for a hobgoblin.
Also, the hobgoblins they usually come in twins. It's usually 2 at a time. That can be pretty rough on the women. So you usually have like a 1 in 4 chance of dying in childbirth. Not that I'll remember these stats in the future.
Yeah.
But
I was
for
going to say
now,
you thought this through, but I think you're just making it up as you go along.
it is. That's
Okay.
no.
All right. So I make my slave pack up my tent.
Yeah, of course. Your slave does all your work for you. She does a pretty shitty job, and you end up having to like correct her and almost show her.
I don't let her handle any of like my shit. Like all the stuff on my character sheet is
No, but like packing the tent, packing.
But like the stuff that I inherited from the jerk that I killed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
She
It'll-
packed,
It all gets packed up. You guys go deploy. There's raiding going on. You are not called for duty for either of the raids.
Mhm.
You're called to stay in guard camp.
Do I get called for duty?
Yes, because you are one of the. You're a member of the tribe.
Yeah, that's got to change. But
I mean,
for now, getting a lay of the land. Yeah. So if I okay.
it's a bit more of a respectful call. It's more of like I am giving you.
Yeah, but I've never disobeyed.
No.
Call. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just didn't realize that I was treated as just a regular member of the tribe. I mean, I could. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in
Makes
the
sense.
tribe follows one leader, and you're kind of his somewhat equal in a different regard. Like if you say we have to do this to honor the gods, he kind of follows you in that regard. So it's this weird dual thing.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah,
So we move the camp. How many miles do we move? Are we moving? Have we left yet?
You move 15 miles. There's nothing going on the way.
Mhm.
You just spot kind of things off in the distance.
Mhm.
Some riders get sent out to chop up a flock of sheep that seem to have strayed from their owner, bring some of them back. It's pretty minor. You set up camp, and the first day is pretty boring. Just the raiding party goes out. They come back with some loot, usually not much though, nothing in the way of gold or coins. And that first night is very uneventful. Is there anything you want to do that night? Or the
No.
second night, I guess?
No. Oh, so we spent 2 nights in camp, or
Like
2
you
nights in the
moved,
first
you
camp.
camped, then you raided for a day, and now you're camping again.
Okay. I'll go mingle amongst the warriors and hear if they saw anything interesting on their raids. I don't know. Yeah.
The raids seem to have been pretty much just couriers
Mm-hmm.
and farmers driving by.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really of value. They let one of the farmers go with kind of like a, Fear the Firebrand tribe, sort of making sure that everyone knows to stay the fuck away from them, sort of thing. But nothing else.
Alright. Wait around camp. I'm trying to think how to seek out scorpions. But probably need to ask someone. I don't know who a hobgoblin can't walk into a bar and ask the tavern owner.
No,
Wait.
but you might ask one of your other hobgoblins that maybe are more specialized in these things.
Are there special? I guess I do. I do have a toxicology proficiency. Could I just roll a proficiency check, or roll a proficiency check to see if I know someone who might know more about?
Give me a
is
proficiency
insects
check.
a thing that people do?
You'd have.
I don't need no roll 20.
You would have people who know about the land. You'd have your rangers and your scouts, who are a little bit different than your
so
other
my
people.
toxicology is an 11. Oh, floor dice count or not count?
No
It's
counts.
Okay, here's one. Ooh, 2 plus 11 is 13.
Okay.
So
You yourself don't know anything about where to find this. You know the type of scorpion and the type of venom that comes with it, but you
Is it
don't
just
know
a
where it's
regular
found.
scorpion, or do I need to find like some crazy giant scorpion?
Anything in this one family of desert scorpions that can be found in hills,
So
deserts, and plains.
Okay.
So
So if there
just
is,
scorpion.
yeah, I guess over dinner, like while I'm hanging out with the warriors, getting their like description of the day's raids. Are any of them more like a trackery type for the high? Maybe one of the forward riders who's I don't know, who's the guy that gets off of his horse and like inspects the tracks and tells the raiders where to go, kind of guy. Like, do I?
The tracker. There is a head tracker for the party.
Oh, okay.
But actually, he's not the person to ask in this situation. There's just a hobgoblin named Grr.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just always been interested in that sort of thing. Like, he's got a hobby in insectology, not insects, but like, you know, what's around you, like the smaller things.
Gurg likes bugs.
I mean, he's, you know, that's what he does in his spare time. He looks around. He like picks up caterpillars when he's walking down the road. You know, he's just into that sort of thing.
I don't even know how to spell scorpion. I should probably write down crawling claw.
Apparently, 25% chance to die in childbirth is on rate with the human medieval rate in Europe.
Okay.
I don't know if this guy's telling the truth or not, but he's claiming it's accurate, which is pretty cool. I'm glad I guessed that.
Yeah. Well, hobgoblins do not live a life similar to women in medieval Europe.
No.
Maybe Neanderthals roaming the plains of Europe. Crawling claw recipe is going to be words plus a scorpion. Alright. Score pot.
Scorpion. So give me a charisma check with him, please.
Yeah. Bone powder. Plus.
I'm going to have this charisma check just represent how
My
faithful.
relationship with him.
God. How strong his faith is.
Guess what my charisma is?
What? 3?
6.
6. Okay.
Dump stat hobgoblin. Oh god, another 2. So 8. So I did not.
He is not the most devout person. You know, the gods are the sort of thing that he does. He's like the bad kid in church. One doesn't really care.
And I probably scold him for stopping to pick up the whatever.
You said things along the lines of, you know, you must focus on your goal. Do not stop to
quit
smell.
picking up the caterpillars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how you want to go about that, but that's going to be a little bit awkward.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say it's going to like ruin your position in the army, but I mean, that's a story that'll get told that, oh, did you hear that Psylocke asked so-and-so to actually kill a scorpion for him?
Yeah.
It'll be, it'll raise his status quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll actually lower yours, but it'll taint it a little bit. Just a smidgen.
Mm-hmm. All in hushed tones. All God. I don't think he would even like respond. Like if I. Well, I guess let's see what happens.
No, I mean.
So okay, so at that we're around the fire that night. The boys have been telling their war stories or whatever of the day, and I was like over listening to hear. So I'll to get the latest rumors. I'll like sit myself next to Grr at some point, and sort of surreptitiously like lean in and whisper to him, "Hey Grr, I am in need of a scorpion for a ritual." And I'll describe. Do I know the description?
You know what type of scorpion it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's like its name.
Okay.
The desert scorpion.
Okay. We need the venom from a desert scorpion for a ritual. Are you familiar with the species?
He picks up his head.
I'm like sort of looking around, making sure no one like notices me. I mean, self-conscious, I guess. So I'm talking to the weird bug kid.
well, isn't this a change?
I probably shouldn't have said ritual. I think I would.
Yes, I know where you can find such scorpions. Hasn't Varelsi already provided you with one?
I remember that big human we killed I killed a few months back. Sort of used it all up.
Uh-huh. Well, if you're looking for a scorpion, I can find one for you. All you gotta do is ask. He seems to be enjoying this way too much.
Uh-huh. Or do you remember where we caught that last one? Could you just remind me?
Gee, I seem to have forgotten. And he goes back to his food.
Grrr.
Yeah. All you gotta do is ask.
Grrg.
He looks up from his meat at you, and
Is there even a word for please in the hobgoblin vocabulary?
I mean, there's like an order and a polite order, and like a very casual order.
Mm-hmm.
And casual order is the closest you get to please.
Yeah. So I'll say whatever. I don't think I'll say please. Like, Gur, would you please get me a scorpion?
Don't mention it. I'll find one for you the next day or two.
And don't get stung. I need venom.
He nods. Goes back to his meat. And then a few moments later, you notice the guy next to him like lean over and whisper. He just kind of shakes his head.
I think I successfully roleplayed a 8 charisma encounter.
I think so. I think she had 6 charisma.
Or sorry, I had an 8 on my charisma check.
Yeah.
Encounter. I have 6 charisma.
Cheers.
And I rolled a 2. Yikes. Yeah.
Mm.
Reverse cheers. Drink first, then clang.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Next day comes along, unless there's something else you want to do that night.
Oh no.
Hmm?
I'm seeing a bit of crackling.
In the audio?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Say something, chat, 30 seconds from now if it's crackling. We were having some mic goofiness earlier.
Yeah, there was a lot of mic goofiness. It was just this.
D&D casting couch.
Oh god. I mean, it could be.
Hell, do they like shoutouts when they make crappy jokes? Not crappy jokes. What's the word I'm looking for?
Crappy jokes.
It's a great joke. Dirty jokes? I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't.
No.
How
no crackling?
million.
Okay. Cool. Do let us know if you do hear crackling because we had some serious mic issues. A little. Okay. All right. I'm gonna plug the headphones back in and try and fix it.
Are we live?
Well, how else are we gonna do it?
Is it still? Can they still hear me?
Yes.
Hi, chat. Neil's currently fingering the microphone, which explains all the.
Watch out for a loud noise.
Mute your sound if you value
Okay.
your hearing.
Cool. That should be good now. I fixed it. I
Was it-
muted that
was it
when I
buzzing?
smacked it a bunch.
Okay.
There's a little crackle to it. I think I broke my mic or damaged my mic on this
And he's
trip.
too proud to let me use mine.
We didn't even suggest using yours.
We plugged it in, and then you're
To
like,
test
no,
it,
no,
and then we
mine's
tested-
working, mine's working. It's right
not the
over
one-
there. It's right over there.
History is a matter of perspective, Ryan.
Alright.
The Mongols were great men. They did great things.
No one said great things.
Great and terrible things. Cool. So dinner progresses, and next day you are on defense again. The raid goes out.
I'm still not getting called up for duty.
No.
Is this unusual? Like, do they usually draw lots, or is it just like the
The
Chiefs,
chief just divides people.
like get this guy, this guy, this guy? Or
Yeah.
actually, there's like 50 of us.
There's
that's like enough.
50.
There's probably scouts out and about, but the rest of us are probably
There's
just
probably like 40 males.
hanging around camp together.
Yeah, so you'll usually send 10 out,
Mm-hmm.
then 10 for scouting, 20 for home base, 10 of which are resting, 10 of which are on guard duty.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and so he just kind of sends out A team, B team, C team, D team, sort of thing. And you keep getting pulled for guard. Sometimes you switch amongst different teams, but it's only if like someone dies or someone gets promoted and the teams need to change their size and shape. Usually when people die. Cool. So that next day, the soldiers come back, and there are a few of them that do not make it back to the cart. It appears like of the 10 that went out, only 7 are returning. 3 of them are dead.
Yeah, so I'll probably approach with the rest of the tribe to figure out what these idiots fucked up.
Chieftain comes over with
Right.
you guys, looking pretty grim.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, tell us what happened. And they tell you the story of a wagon that they assaulted, but inside the wagon was actually a group of soldiers who had been hiding. It was like a ruse, a fake transport wagon. And out popped a dozen men with swords and shields. They killed 3 of the hobgoblins, the rest of them managed to retreat. The humans took a few men downed, not sure if they're dead or not. But the hobgoblins were well positioned enough that only the 3 that charged in right away got cut down, while the ones that were back with missile weapons and then in the second wave. Actually, it was...
They were treated?
Yeah, well, discretion is the better part of valor. It is... You're,
Yeah.
don't throw your life away
I
needlessly.
think so. A dozen men with swords. It's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah.
Even for hobgoblins. Does...
And there was worry that there might be, horses down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if there's a counter trap, who knows how big it could be.
Right.
So they come back and the chieftain looks grim with the news. And then a big, broad smile comes across his face and says, well, they're on to us now. They must fear us if they're going to try with something like this. Claps his men on the back and says, good day, men. Let's go and we'll eat. We'll think about what to do in the morning. Yeah, that's that.
Does not sound... That's our chieftain. Huh? He's going to deliberate about it and think and announce in the morning.
That's what he says.
Maybe he's not as rash as I pegged him to be. Especially given a name like Hammerhead.
Okay.
Then again, you said there was a guy in our tribe named like Man Killer or something
Yes.
equally absurd.
Yes.
Mama named him Man Killer, so
I have
that's the bar. That's what we're dealing with.
I actually have an in real life human friend whose last name is Man Killer. We would have discussed this before, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Charles Man Killer.
Shout out to Charles Man Killer.
Yeah. Great name.
All right.
Great name.
So to feasting and bedtime.
Not a feast, it's a normal meal. But what's his name?
I probably leave the slave tied up to my tent most of the time.
Okay.
At this point.
Your Gur is not among the dead. He does make it back alive.
Okay.
And he doesn't mention anything to you about a scorpion.
I'll give him a few days before I bug him. Scorpions aren't bugs, they're arachnids. Sorry.
Can't
Nerdy
arachnids also
doesn't.
be bugs? Spiders are bugs?
I guess bug is kind of a poorly defined term, right?
Perhaps.
Anyways.
Okay.
I sleep. Do I dream? Have I been dreaming? It's been a few nights.
It's been a few nights.
I've probably gone a few days without prayer, actually. So maybe losing my
There-
connection and ferocity.
You have the sense... You just have a bunch of dreams. Just a bunch of violent dreams. A lot of bloodshed.
So the usual.
Yeah, but these are all along the coast.
Mm-hmm.
There's not necessarily a city attached with them, but
Mhm.
there you do get the feeling of boats unloading and just
Mm-hmm.
some sort of like sea landing siege.
Yeah, I'm gathering
Mm-hmm.
the invasion's coming from across the sea.
Yeah.
Probably not our dudes, but
Yeah.
at least I'll be ready to switch sides when they show up. Let's hope my tribe can be as diplomatic.
All right. Next day rolls around, and the chieftain picks up, and you guys move camp again.
Okay.
Let's see what.
Which direction is he? Oh.
Halfway through the first day,
Mm-hmm.
Gur comes back to you
Mhm.
with a scorpion that he's holding by its tail.
Oh, sweet deal. Trying to think what I even have to reward him with. I don't have money. I think I'm just gonna take it and
Let a public display of thank you be enough. So where do I see him like walking back to?
Yeah, he walks back towards where you are with it.
So I'll like stand up and walk towards him and like I don't know, walk towards him, tall and not my usual slinky self. And so if anyone's around, they'll notice me
see.
approaching Gur. And
Okay, it's kind of.
that was quick.
No, you came to the right man.
You are a good finder, Gurg.
Mm. Where would you like the poison? I can just squirt it out. That is fine. I can take it from here, and I'll like grab the scorpion by the tail. I've got 2 slots in toxicology. I'm hoping I'm able to deal with. You
the
can
scorpion
extract the
without
poison
without hurting myself.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking. I don't have a vessel or anything,
Okay.
so I'm probably going to be carrying the scorpion around by the tail in my offhand until I can get the ritual started.
Okay.
So I'm going to start like. Are we moving this day? Or
Yeah,
does
yeah.
that
This is
come-
midday while he's.
So while we're walking
Yeah.
down the road, okay, on the way to the next camp.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it would. You, in theory, could walk all day holding the scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, it would be a little bit strange, but you are the shaman.
I think that's
you do
what
weird shit.
I think that's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Gur might trip and smash it or something. He's kind of a clumsy hobgoblin.
All right.
So I'll.
You take the scorpion.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want, you could just break off its tail and toss the body.
Oh yeah, that's
and
a
just
good
carry
idea.
the tail, like put that in a vest pocket or something.
Does that thought pop into my head from
You got 2
Brassian
slots in
High?
toxicology. It just pops into mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll grab the hobgoblin, or not the hobgoblin.
Scorpion.
Hobgoblin will grab the scorpion by the body and like yank it off, and keep a tight grip on the tail. I'd probably eat it or let someone else eat it.
Sure.
It's a good scorpion.
Yeah,
once
I
it
mean-
stops twitching.
You
I've
have to
got a
guy who
dagger, yeah.
gets
So
it and
I'll pause for a moment and poke it through with the dagger and carry it around my dagger until it stops wiggling, and then either munch on it or let someone else.
I don't know how you eat scorpion, but I'm sure you guys figure it out and it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
and yeah. So I'm gonna add scorpion tail.
It's pretty easy. Thanks, Gurg. See, failed charisma checks can get you places too.
Yeah.
Just gotta roll with it.
Alright. So, end of the day, you guys make camp. All you need is bone meal.
Neilbot says we're in San Francisco.
Neilbot's mistaken.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Even though this does look like a casting couch.
It does. Are those in
We're
San
not
Francisco?
In San Francisco.
I would
We're
expect
San
those to be in
Francisco,
LA.
But Manlove is live and well in San Francisco, right?
Who's Man
Maybe
Love?
if you're in
Oh, Man Love.
you and I
Yeah.
on the casting couch.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
No, we're not in San Francisco.
The old armory has
But
been converted into a porn studio.
Where?
In San Francisco, there's the old military armory
That's
that
awesome.
remained intact and was called like a cultural heritage site or something like that, so they couldn't be torn down. And it's now rented out to some porn studio. It's really weird.
All right. San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Old
Old government offices used as porn.
All right. Scorpion tail in tow. I continue on.
Cool. Nighttime comes, you guys make camp. How are you going to get your bone meal?
Yeah. I think I'll probably the venom should stay fresh for a little while, so I'll wait. I'll go on the next raid. I'm just gonna keep an eye out for people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Remember to take back a foot or something. But I think I'll insist. Yeah, I'll see what the chief says in the morning.
Oh, that's right.
We set up.
Yeah,
camp,
so the
right?
chief in the morning,
Did you
his
say
decision was,
move us.
if they're searching for us on the roads, why don't we go inland?
Mhm.
We can find another city and take that.
Okay.
They'll kill 3 of our men. We'll kill 40 of theirs. We'll find some village and
Okay.
rip it to shreds.
Yeah.
One of his sub-chiefs does caution that if they kill all the humans out in the plains, that there will be no one left to raid from, and that sometimes it's better to kill a few and scare the rest into submission so that they can work for you and be productive for you. To which the chief blows him off and says, "Screw that! They killed 3 of ours. We're killing 30 of theirs."
Yeah. Maybe the sub chief had a point, but 30s. Nah. This land is crawling with humans. Yeah, there will be humans to feed on for many generations to come.
Yeah. Cool. So then you guys hiked for the day. You stopped near, just on the outside of a town that the previous tavern owner told you guys made or distilled vodka in. So this is the plan is to hit the vodka distillery and sack the rest of the town. Keep the vodka distiller and his family alive. Leave them there with a couple of farmers to keep farming and making more vodka.
Mm-hmm.
But sack the rest of the town. That's the plan.
Sounds like a good plan, Chief. Yeah, I don't know how productive those vodka distillers will be once everyone they know and love is slaughtered and their hometown burned,
but at least there'll be more vodka distillers in the land. Like that's not that's a resource you want to keep renewable.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's a very green hobgoblin.
Mm-hmm. Right. So yeah. So how did the orders get given? Is it the night before the raiding or the morning?
There's a general issue the night before and confirmation day of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So do I know yet if I will be with the the raiding party on the
yes,
on the
you will be with the raiding party. Your group is being given front and center.
Mm-hmm. How convenient. 15 doses of nightshade poison. Did I go through the process of making that? I think I did. I have a G.
Ooh, yay. Mealbot has been fixed. Thanks, Operius.
Richland, Washington.
You know, in Washington, all of their highway signs have George Washington's face silhouetted behind them.
It's really strange.
Yeah. Okay.
America.
Oh, we didn't bring the mask.
Oh no! Oh, chat will never know the glory of this creepy Obama mask. I guess
It's not an Obama mask.
Creepy
It's
America mask. It's a silhouette of a face,
but just with
an
a
American
flag cross.
flag on
That's
it.
all it is. It's like a flag in the shape of a face with two beady little eye holes cut out of it.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, we were gonna play with
I don't know
Ryan's girlfriend and have her wear the mask to conceal her identity.
But
But it wasn't actually.
She walks by streams sometimes.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, that would have been fun.
She brings me snacks from time to time.
Oh, I miss people bringing me snacks.
No.
I gotta go back home. I gotta find my wife again. She brings me snacks sometimes.
For your 24-hour charity stream,
My mom got me snacks. That was nice.
yeah.
Got a lot of snacks from my mom.
Alright. Okay. Can you distract me on the character sheet?
Sorry.
No, that's fine. There's nothing interesting here. Oh yeah, the nightshade poison. So I had already refined that or whatever. Right? Like it's a.
Yes.
I think it's an ingested, but it works at half strength. Oh, G is the type of poison. It's a type G. Okay, yeah. So I do have poison ready.
Right.
I think it's ingested.
But injected
but
at
it
half
would
strength.
work if I coated my knives with it.
Right, but I think it was also
It's
some sort of delay.
Yeah.
Ooh, notes.
Oh.
I won't read them.
I don't think they're probably.
There's something
I
like
don't even think
Siren's
they are.
Isle.
Oh yeah, cool. Little dicing with death notes. Yeah, here's the sewer. Qualnir got lost. It was just a grid.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I had the grid
I
right
got so
too.
lost in that sewer. And
Dude,
it
I
was literally
think you just messed it
It
up.
was literally just like a grid on a piece of paper. That
I
was
think you
doing
made a
this.
mistake, not me.
No, I was drawing. Were you drawing?
I had a drawing on the map. I think. It doesn't
And
matter.
you started drawing like halfway through.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. DM's always
Oh
right.
yeah, here's all the siren loot. Everything. Yeah.
Where are
I think
these?
you probably
Hey,
left
okay,
behind.
G. Okay,
Oh,
so
and
your
map
poison
of
takes
Gaia.
2 to 12 hours to
Okay.
take effect.
So better for assassination than
Yes.
for use in battle.
Yes. But it can be used in battle. Because what's the damage on it? 20/10. So if you wound someone with it, they're
Yeah.
likely to die from it. In fact,
Mhm.
if you just graze someone, they're likely to die from it.
Yeah. Okay. So to battle. Go to sleep, get a good night's sleep, and leave at dawn or whenever hobgoblins wake up.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just keep Kierleighn's command, call upon faith.
Okay.
And
The day of battle arrives. I need to look at my map, actually.
yeah, I don't know where we ended up. We went south, and then we went.
Okay, I'm going to hide us for a moment so you guys can see the map too. Wasn't there another map as well?
No, that was where we were fighting. Wait, yeah.
Oh, did
we
I
were
never
fighting in the
actually-
barn.
I don't think I ever actually updated this thing with that other map. It's a shame. I have another closer zoomed in version of the map, which I don't want to look for right now. Okay, so you guys were up here,
Yeah, somewhere.
and then you kind of came down to where the main road is,
Mm-hmm.
and now you guys are over here somewhere. So you're just north of Clydesdale.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, new overlays. I think we forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. We like them. We think they're great. Let us know what you think.
Do we have an artist to shout out?
We will later
Okay.
at the end of the show.
Cool. Yeah, so we are north of Clydesdale. I don't know. Do I even know the names of the?
This is
cities?
no. I mean,
Yeah.
you could ask the innkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
He probably knows the name of this town, but for all you, it's Humansville number 7.
Yeah. But it's not the actual city. It's not.
No, it's not Clydesdale. It's north of Clydesdale, like
Okay.
a few hours actually.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly close to Clydesdale. You're counting on the fact that you can hit and run, and by the time they see the smoke and get all their shit together, they can't come out here and do anything about it. Because you're about 8 miles out.
How big is the group that we're going in with?
You've got 50 men. You're keeping 10 back, and you're sending 40 in.
This is a big raid.
Yeah, I mean you're attacking a town. It's a small town or a village.
The previous days have been like just groups of 10 going out, right?
Mhm. Yeah, well, those were raids. This is a full like swarm the town, rip apart the town, get out of there as fast as possible.
Cool.
So
then again, I think I'll follow the pretty similar strategy to how we hit that little village. Is I'll let the raiders go in first and sort of slink in afterwards.
okay.
But yeah, so let me know what the landscape is going up to this distillery. Like, can we?
It's kind of soft, gentle rolling hills.
Mm-hmm.
So every mile or so, you crest a slight hill. It's very, very soft and gentle.
Okay.
So, but your vision is like 1 mile more or less from wherever you are.
You said there's like 7 horses or something like that. So that.
Yeah, the chief and 5 others are on horse.
Mm-hmm. And they like left us behind, or are they all?
No, they
flanking
each
the-
sub chief commands 1/5 of the total
Oh, okay.
Hobgoblin forces, and commands from back mounted combat.
Cool. So am I in the chief's unit, or am I in one of the?
No, you are in another group. So the chief has a sub-chief with him, and you have a sub-chief with you. You're technically following his orders, but you also are kind of given a lot of leeway. If you need to do something, you can kind of go off and do something.
Okay. Does the sub chief's name even matter? Or
I mean, he's another hobgoblin. His name is Hook Knife.
Hook Knife sub chief. Okay. But he's mounted and I'm not.
Right. Yeah, he issues the orders.
Okay.
You guys are going front and center. Then
oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
one kind of two come through the bottom, one comes to the top.
Yeah. So I've got my crossbow ready. Forgot I had that sucker. Yeah. So I got my crossbow loaded. If is the thing, or if the distillery comes into sight, I'll load up a bolt.
It does. You guys are approaching directly from where the distillery is. It is your unit's objective to take the distillery as quickly as possible and find the distiller, find the guy who runs it.
How many?
Do not kill him.
Yeah. How many buildings do I see, and how far off are they?
There seem to be maybe a score of buildings, maybe 20 buildings in the whole town. The distillery stands out. There's a very small church, and then everything else is farmland. There's no mayor's building or anything like that. The distillery is the only non-farmland or church building.
Okay. Right. So I guess I'll await the chieftain's orders. I assume we're approaching. Like I'm assuming I'm walking towards it. Are we running towards it?
You guys have hiked about 2 miles. You're all at the base of this hill. Your other groups are going off to the sides. You're waiting for the horn blast.
Okay.
The horn blast goes off, and your hook knife gives you the order to charge.
Okay.
You guys go for it.
Yeah, sure. I charge. I think I'm sort of doing like a knife in my left hand and like crossbow, and do like a
Knife and crossbow run.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a commando style or something. With, yeah.
Isn't this a light crossbow? Doesn't that take 2 hands?
It might.
The hand
so
crossbow.
it's a light crossbow. So it's size medium. Does it? I think it explicitly says it requires 2 hands to fire.
Yeah.
So I'll probably need to drop, throw, or do something with my knife to actually take a shot. But I'm one small action away from using either. Is there like a
These weapons require 2 hands to wield, regardless of the yeah.
Alright. Good to know. And so we go bumbling up at movement rate 18 or whatever. We have movement rate 9, probably jogging in. Does the sub-chief gallop ahead? Or does he stay back?
In this situation, he remains unmounted.
Okay.
And everyone goes down on foot.
And where does the horse go?
The horse stays back with the rest of the camp.
Oh, okay. He walked the whole way with us. Okay, he just owns a horse.
Yeah.
Okay. Very well.
The chieftain remains mounted at all times, but the other ones usually dismount and command from the ground. So you guys go charging in. You notice people starting to come out or look up from their fields at you guys, then flee in panic towards the town. A couple of people poke their heads out inside a town, and flee, scurry back inside. And you close. And I think on that note, we're going to take our second break and come into combat.
Cue the battle music.
In a few minutes. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.